Today, I'll be answering the question, should you buy a Nintendo 3DS in 2023? If so, which version should you get and why? Tips and advice about purchasing a Nintendo 3DS and some of its awesome features like the Nintendo 3DS camera and so much more. Also, showcasing 3DS and DS gameplay. Let's get straight to it. I purchased a premium refurbished new Nintendo 3DS that I bought from eBay. My tips and advice? If shopping on eBay, make sure there are lots of pictures. I suggest actually buying a Nintendo 3DS in person. That way you'll be able to see if there's anything wrong with a Nintendo 3DS. Moving on. Great news, everything that was stated in the box was in the box. However, upon further inspection, as seen here, I was able to find scratches on both sides of the cover plates. You can see it with certain lighting. It's not a big deal in my opinion, but it could be for you. Currently, the new Nintendo 3DS is pricey, but the cover plates are somewhat reasonable, depending on what type of cover plates you purchase. Now, if you're purchasing a Nintendo 3DS or new Nintendo 3DS, if possible, make sure you can actually inspect it before purchasing. Make sure that everything works and nothing is broken. Especially make sure that you check the game card slot. Make sure it's not damaged, no corrosion, and looks clean. If possible, if you are looking at a new Nintendo 3DS in person, make sure to check everything. Check the upper screen, check the lower screen for any scratches, and everything is working. Next is the mic. Make sure everything is working. If possible, do the mic test. Again, make sure that everything is working, especially the circle pad. If it needs to be recalibrated, it needs to be recalibrated. If not, just let it be. Again, make sure everything works. Next is the Nintendo 3DS camera, where you can take 3D photo, film, or normal, and even selfies. All you need to do is just focus and pretty cool. Next, this is game notes. Basically, taking notes. It's intended for games, but you can also use it to take notes. Next, I'm going to talk to you about Mario Kart 7. It's a Nintendo 3DS game, and in my opinion, one of the best games to play of all time. Here's why. This is one of the first games I played when I got the new Nintendo 3DS. It is awesome, and just brings back a whole lot of awesome memories from my childhood days. So, one key thing is that the 3D effect actually has a sensor of its own. It tracks your head movement. So if you move your head to the left, it'll still be in effect and aligns it. And then 3D effect does not seem, like distorted. Whereas the old Nintendo 3DS, you had to hold the console a certain way and a certain distance, and then you have to maintain that. So just another reason to get the new Nintendo 3DS. Alright, I'm going to be silent for a minute or two to let you guys experience the awesomeness, and I will see you guys in a bit. Moving on, Super Mario 64 DS. Now this game, in my opinion, is the greatest game for Nintendo DS of all time. I'll be creating a separate video on that later. Anyways, what makes this one of the best games of all time, in my opinion, is that you can play as different characters in the game. You start off as Yoshi, but most importantly, what this game offers that the N64 version does not have is the versus, different characters, and what I'm about to show you, most importantly, the Rec Room, where you can play different mini games as shown. If you ever get tired from playing the storyline, you can always go to the Rec Room where you can play these awesome mini games. If you have a short attention span, guess what? You're in luck. Try these games out. One of the first games that I played in the Rec Room was this, and it's pretty fun. So for this game, it's Luigi. He's a card dealer, and he has different card games. They are cool. And as you can see in the background, there is Toad walking around with beverages, and that's really interesting. All these mini games are very creative. They're different, with different objectives, with different gameplay, most of all. And I think that's what makes this game more enticing. It's not just about the storyline, but you can play a different variety of games as well. And overall, it's a very awesome game. Do I miss? You guys remember that? Anyways, this is Wario Land 3, Game Boy Color. I purchased this on the Nintendo eShop. And when I was playing this, I noticed that there were no lag issues, no sound quality issues, nothing distorted or anything like that. And overall, it runs efficiently. One of the biggest features that the new Nintendo 3DS has is that you can play retro games, but for certain games, you have to have a new Nintendo 3DS. And some games are not playable on the Nintendo 3DS versus the new Nintendo 3DS. So if you decide to go with a Nintendo 3DS, awesome. Now what about a carrying case? This is the TakeCase hard shell carrying case. I bought mine from Amazon. It does not feel cheap, the handle feels durable, and most importantly, it's water resistant. And additionally, when you open this case, you can put your charger in there, you can put games in there, 3DS, DS. The pouches are removable and includes a stylus, and would recommend it. Personally, I would go for the new Nintendo 3DS or new Nintendo 3DS XL because there's more games to play, the sound quality is better, and loading speeds are faster compared to the Nintendo 3DS model. If you're looking for a budget option, maybe the new Nintendo 2DS XL is an option for you. In other news, currently for the United States, the Nintendo eShop is closing on March 27th, 2023. However, I'm making a prediction. I predict that the Nintendo eShop will be closed, but there will be system updates after it is closed. What Nintendo 3DS model do you have? What's your opinion? With that being said, Stealthy Wombat Gaming out.